right, Home Squad Sports. Hope everyone's having a great start of their week. We're back once again. Got a full Week 9 recap. A lot has yet happened again. Another week, another coach goes down, another team goes down. Another week where I think we're having some teams separate themselves. Still, we have I think 3 tiers right now, but a lot of other stuff that unfolded. But first, Dalton, how you doing, and what stood out to you from Week 9?
Doing pretty good, man. But three big things. Number one is Houston looks legit now. You got to start counting. I mean, we've been underrating them. Nobody's been talking about them guys at all, right? It's quietly 7-1 now. Beat Arizona State on the road. I mean, you got to start talking about Houston as legit playoff contender, right? Do you agree with that?
No, I do. I do. You don't know what's ever going to happen with Houston. They're always respectable. They're always good when you don't think of them. And then when you do, though, I will say when they do get some hype, sometimes they drop the ball. But maybe this is the year when, because we've had guys like Aller and all those guys like Penn State, just the top is not who you thought it was going to be, but the top is still some good football teams. So, and they're a good football team themselves. It just depends on which Houston shows up. But as of late, the right Houston's been showing up when you can knock off a Baylor. I know anytime you can do something like that to Baylor, I mean, it's solid.
Yeah, and this week, I mean, Arizona State, that's a good win. And then another big question mark is Oregon's quarterback now. What do they do from here? I mean, they got one loss, so it ain't like they can afford, they can't afford. They can afford one more, maybe, but it depends on who it's to, and that's gonna be tough without a good quarterback. Brock Thomas, you said he was a walk-on, right? Former
Yeah, I
walk-on,
think he was a former walk-on or a
right?
shirt.
They're relying on that guy. I mean, that's tough. Hopefully, he proves everybody wrong.
Yeah,
But that's man, that's tough for a team contending for a championship or trying to.
yeah. Honestly, I mean, hey, I got an Oregon jacket on. I like Oregon, man. I'm an Oregon guy. I love them. Will Stein, their offensive coordinators from our hometown. Grew up seeing him, reading about him, throwing touchdowns. But I will say, I think they're in tier 2. They're in the tier 2 of college football right now. I think Ohio State, Indiana, Alabama, they're tier 1.
Yeah,
Tier 2, Ole
A
Miss.
and M.
A&M's trying to get into tier 1. They're trying to. They could just because of their offensive line. I think they have the best offensive line in the nation.
Good pass, good
I really
pass
do.
rush too.
But yeah, I think we've had a lot of takeaways. Here's some of my takeaways for the week. I think Chambliss, put his team on his back again. Him and Lane. We got to see Lane do his thing. We'll talk about that here in a
Good
second.
game.
We had a lot of scrutiny. We had a lot of scarcity of elite football. Big reason Ohio State didn't play a game this week. So I think that was because we didn't see great footballs because Ohio State. A lot of them were defensive games. And as soon as they start playing again, man.
I do got just one thing to say though. They haven't, man. All their losses are getting worse every week. I mean, all their wins. Sorry, not their losses. Yeah. They haven't lost a game. All their wins are getting worse every week. I mean, the Texas win from week 1. Texas just keeps looking worse every week. And then Illinois lost to Washington by a lot. Washington lost last week. They lose to Michigan. So it's just, man, I know they look great. They've done their job every week, and it's been easy, like no sweat. But still, I'd like to see a good win. That's all.
I agree. And it's
still the best team. I agree with you, but I'm just saying it would be nice to see a good win.
Yeah,
because I mean, Illinois is probably their best win now, and I mean, they're not even ranked anymore after this week. So that's the only thing.
It's just
Texas, I guess.
It's just they've been so methodical, and
Texas,
nothing's came down to the wire.
Well, the Texas game was 14-7.
Yeah, but that's the first game. I mean, Indiana only beat Old Dominion by 13 week 1.
No, you're right. So,
I mean, a lot of teams, I think.
Texas is their best win though, and shit, Florida beat them. We beat them guys, so yeah. Texas ain't good. So I mean, that's just all I'm saying.
Well, Texas should have lost to Kentucky
and Mississippi State.
Right,
they should have lost 2 straight.
Mississippi State.
They got by the skin of their teeth the last 2 weeks.
Heartbreaker. That was a big takeaway. Texas A&M obviously proved they're legit. Marcel proved he's legit.
Got a coach fired.
Ty Simpson,
legit.
He's going to be a future NFL starter.
So good, moving in the pocket.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and address these topics here. First one is Lane, man. Lane talking that smack there, saying, "Man, this guy." Here in the post game, pointing that dude, said, "Hey, we say we were going to score on him." Everybody's seen the clip, but you got to give your credit to Lane. I'm a Lane Kiffin guy. There's no secret to it. I think he coached his ass off, and he put on a clinic yet again. Beat Oklahoma. Same breath, I don't think Oklahoma's legit. What did you think of the game?
Yeah, I've been down Oklahoma pretty much all year. Even when they started 4-0, 5-0, I wasn't a big believer in them because their run game and their defense is good, material's good, but
Yeah,
man, if you can't run in college football, you got a problem. It's hard to win.
that's true.
And they finally had a good run game this week. Actually, they broke out, but that's more of Ole Miss. They're not. They don't win because of their defense. Let's be real.
Yeah,
They win because they have great offensive players, great playmakers, quarterback, receivers, running backs, and that's what did this game, man. Chambliss' legs on third down was just he picked up so many third downs with his
clutch,
legs, so many third
clutch.
downs with his legs, and then he threw some good deep balls. This team's really good. They're gonna be. I mean, they got a really, really favorable schedule the rest of the year.
Yep,
They they shouldn't lose again.
they shouldn't.
On paper,
They shouldn't.
they're gonna be favored every game. They shouldn't lose again, and this should be Lane's first playoff appearance on paper. So let's see if he can close the deal.
Yeah, with a team who everyone thought was probably not going to get there, and I think he's proved this has been his best coaching performance. I think as a head coach so
Yeah, all
far.
time.
I think so.
This
And
is best year ever. Yeah.
it's going to put him in the driver's seat for a lot of jobs. They've talked about the Gators, but lately, as of news broke, the era ends in Baton Rouge. The era ends in Baton Rouge for Brian Kelly and LSU. Didn't see this coming right now, middle of the season. I
Man,
think it's the right move, though, man. I'm not a Brian Kelly guy. This guy has been on autopilot for the past 2 years. I think he's just doesn't take. I think he takes it for granted his position of being the head coach of the LSU Tigers. I mean, this LSU Tigers, man. You take a guy like Edo, who loved being there, and you replace him with Kelly, who's supposed to be a step up. And I just think from the start, it never fit. He's not an LSU guy. You don't need, he's just not. He's really not an SEC guy to me. I don't. He
mm-mm.
just doesn't scream SEC coach to me. But they say, okay, we're going to go ahead and take the hefty price tag. It's going to be about $100 million to flip his buyout and then get a new coach. Going to get your thoughts because I have a question. I think they only do this if they know who they want. What do you think?
I don't know. I just think they're done with them. LSU's like Florida, very, very small leeway for guys.
Yeah,
If you don't win, you're gone, and you don't. I mean, it's like Penn State too. You make the playoffs last year, win a game, and then you get fired this year for losing 3 games in a row.
yeah.
It's just hard to keep your job nowadays. But I think he deserved to get fired, man. I agree. I just like you said, he's not an SEC guy at all. He doesn't fit the conference. He doesn't fit the program. He needs to be a Big Ten guy. He should never left Notre Dame, but it ended up working out for Notre Dame better than Brian Kelly for sure. I mean, they made the championship last year, had a shot to win it. Marcus Freeman looking really good there. They're about to make the playoffs again probably this year. So looks like they came out on top in that. Notre Dame came out on top, saved money and got a younger, better coach.
And then, I mean, he had Cincinnati rolling back in the day. And that's where he really got his name on the map. He got them all the way to a BCS game with Tony Pike. And I think that's really how he set himself up. That's how he got the Notre Dame job. And then he wasn't horrible. I
No,
just think he's more. I just think with him, the passion's not there. He's not a passionate coach. Everything with him is just like transactional to me. Everything's just transactional. It's really weird. I don't know if people know this, but him and Nussmeier had the same agent. And there's a video online, you can look it up, of their renegotiating Nussmeier's literally contract of when he's going to come back or not last year. And it's a crazy dynamic how the agent has to hang up with Kelly, then call Nussmeier, then hang up with Nussmeier, call Kelly back, and he's representing both of them. And I think he's treated everything else like that, a transaction. I know this is a business now, but I just think you do at least have to try to make it family oriented, in this day and age. And I don't think he's ever really done that. I don't know, man. I think they got their eyes on Lane Kiffin. What do you think?
hope not.
I know,
But man, probably it's gonna be a battle of who can pay him more. I think at the end of the day, we're gonna see who does, who saddles up the most.
it's gonna be a
Um,
lot of money, man. Well, supposedly like the governor of Louisiana had something like he had to kind of like have a say in this, and they have all talked, and supposedly they've worked out a potential cheaper buyout. We'll see, but I don't know when that happens. I think that's all just dirty because they probably just said, okay, we're going to take you on a less buyout, but I'm going to give you 3% of this company, 2% of this company. It's going to make you money on the
So
back end.
you're gonna get as much money as you're not gonna lose money.
Yeah,
to be real,
we're gonna get you money on the. We're gonna invest you some money on the other side into some projects around this here to where you get that money back on the back end, just not on our books.
Yeah, they wouldn't. I mean, the coaches wouldn't go for that.
Yeah, so I
that's
think
the thing. I mean,
I think that's in the works for him. There's a video of him leaving the facility, and it's crazy, man. This comes on the tails of Texas A&M absolutely just pretty much smacking them
oh yeah,
up and side down. Some stats that stood out to me was third down with Texas A&M. Texas A&M was 7 for 10. LSU was 2 for 13. And then here's the big one here, Dalton. In the SEC, you got to run. Texas A&M did just that. They had 224 yards. LSU in the final game of Brian Kelly, his team had a whopping 60 yards rushing. So I think that's just a real I think that was it, man. That was it for them.
No, they couldn't run all year. Yeah. They haven't been able to run the ball all year. Yeah, that's got to be able to run the ball in the SEC to win games. So I don't know what's wrong with them. They haven't had a good back in a couple years. So yeah, it's time for him to move on, I guess. LSU's used to really good backs. They need a good back.
Yep.
And it's been a while. They haven't put a guy in the league since Edwards-Helaire, maybe.
Yeah, and then now they have Van Buren right now, who getting some reps in the quarterback. Who knows who's going to be a quarterback for LSU? Who knows who's going to be the quarterback for Florida next year? And then now we got to move on to Auburn. We've seen their star freshman coming in, Deuce Knight, was once committed to Notre Dame, flipped at the end to Auburn. Talented lefty, one of the few lefties besides JKS I really like.
Yeah,
and he's removed everything from Auburn from his socials. Looks like he's on the move. We did, if anybody checked our last episode, we did our quarterback vacancies. We predicted 50 quarterback vacancies. And
at least. That's just like the power conferences, though,
yeah. Oh, yeah, there's going to be more. But those are 50 notable ones. And you can, Auburn's going to be on that list. I think they already were. But
yeah, we had him on there for sure.
Tonight. And then this week, since that show, he's removed everything from his social, so that is a pretty much definite. Auburn is going to be replacing their quarterback. We'll see where Deuce Knight goes. Maybe to Florida.
Possibly, man.
Maybe
possibly.
to LSU.
Who knows? I like Van Buren. I don't know. They got a new coach, though. They might not want Van Buren just because it's a new guy, but yeah. I think his talent. We'll see.
Okay, and then all right, let's get into a couple of the games that was outside the top 6 before we get into the top 6, and then we have our first ever occurrence in home squad sports history, which we'll get into. But first, Texas A&M. We touched on it. 49-25. You said you're not totally still sold on Marcel Reed, right?
As a pro prospect. I love him as a college QB.
But next year, do you see him back at Aggie Land potentially being a Heisman finalist?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, though. I thought the same thing about Kevin Jennings coming into the year after last year. Playoff appearance. I thought he would take the next.
He's better than Kevin Jennings.
They're kind of the same to me. They're both 6 foot, 185. Maybe Reed's a little stronger arm, but
I think he has a better arm. He has more zip.
He also has better receivers.
I think
and better defense.
When you look at a quarterback who's mobile, you can he throw second level over the linebackers, dip it over, rainbow it over? He can do it. And that's one thing Kevin Jennings is kind of hard. Those timing routes, those comeback routes. You seen he threw a pick on the comeback route this week.
In the game,
I don't know if that was a miscommunication. We don't know. We're not in the huddle. But from what I've seen, Marcel Reed is better with the intermediate throws as opposed to, just throwing it 50 yards like Lenore Sellers does, like he did Nick Harbor threw absolute freaking bomb down the field.
54-yarder.
I hate that comp makes sense, though. But I think time's going to prove Marcel Reed's a lot better. But that's going to be crazy. I think he's going to be a heck of a player next year. But Texas A&M, man, they're my favorite offensive line in the nation. Let's get into the Indiana win. What was your thoughts on Indiana?
They're so good. Second best team in the country for me, by far.
They're for real.
They're so good. I mean, great quarterback, great defense. Aiden Fisher, pick 6.
Yeah.
He has little puns. I
like Aiden Fisher, but that was thrown right in his breadbasket.
Oh, he's still good, though.
I literally think he didn't know he had the ball. He looked down, he's oh, shit, the ball's in my hand.
I mean, it's crazy that I seen the assistant or the intern coach from UCLA this week after they
Oh,
lose.
I know.
They hate on them when they lose. They ain't give no
Kiffin.
credit when they win.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't see New Hasselwall this week after the loss. They won't blame the loss on him, but they give him the
I'm glad
win.
you brought that
So
back.
that's kind of BS, I think, man. For
I'm
the
glad you
intern,
brought that.
he gets blamed for the losses and he gets no credit for the wins. I mean, that's BS.
No, I know, but that's how it is. But I will say, in just the defense of the whole situation, only 1%, less than 1% of interim coaches get retained. You're pretty much fighting for a job somewhere else, which he will get, but it probably won't be a
Should.
head job. You know, most of the guys that are interns don't go get a head job somewhere else. It's usually a position. But I totally agree with you. You've seen his face loud and clear everywhere, as opposed to when they're winning. But yeah, Signetti, man, he proved they're the real deal. Mendoza proved that they're obviously real deal. They're here. They're in tier one at the top teams, and we live in a day and age right now where Vanderbilt and IU
Top 10.
are forces to be reckoned with.
I mean, 2 years ago, even, that would have been crazy.
That's a beauty to NIL.
2 years ago, if you told me that, showed me the top 10 right now, I'd be like, that's not true. That
Yeah.
can't be.
Yeah.
I like you got Vandy and Indiana up there. What? But man, shout out to them two programs. Great job. Let's see if they can keep it rolling, man. After replace these quarterbacks after this year.
I agree. It's going to be crazy to see what they do, and it's only going to make the playoffs interesting to see if they can, take
I
down.
mean, Bro's go.
dominate.
Bray took. I seen Bro scheduled that visit to Vandy.
Jared Curtis.
That's
quarterback going-
crazy.
Well, supposedly, which I don't know if I'm buying it totally, because this guy was the number one quarterback in the nation at one point, then lost it to Diabell, which is going to Texas next year. He's at Vandy this week, but supposedly it was for his teammate that was on a visit. He was just there watching the game with him. But you know that could all be smoke and mirrors, and it could be backdoor in there. So we'll see.
That'd be crazy if they got him.
We'll see. If they get him, I will put some more respect on their name. I will agree. But let's get into Cincinnati, Dalton. 41-20 win they had. Pretty impressive, man. I got the team mixed up earlier with Houston. But yeah, Cincinnati and Baylor, they go at Baylor pretty hard. And Sorsby, people are saying first rounders, like you said. Give me your thoughts, because you were on Sorsby a little bit earlier than me. I have turned the corner. I do like him as a college guy, like you said, for some of these guys. But it was impressive nonetheless.
If anybody takes him first round, though, you're tripping.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I really like him in college, but he ain't gonna go throw 300 yards in a game. If you scheme around him to stop his run, he's not that effective. But in college, he's a damn good QB, and he's probably come back. We'll see. I mean, if he comes back next year, watch out for Cincy, man. I mean, if they can retain him, if they keep him next year, I mean,
he has been, for me, he has been a total, I think, perfect example of an argument I want to bring up. Perfect timing. I think a lot of times we look at these guys, we're like, all right, he's a good college quarterback. He's just going to be a career backup, right? In the past 2 years, 3 years, how many times have we said that about a quarterback in the nation? Oh, he's good. He's pretty good. He's just probably a career backup. I like him. Career backup. There's only so many career backups. I think he is one. I will say that. But
he reminds me of Jacoby Brissett.
I bring that up because on Draft Professor, I'll be on Draft Professor tonight. We're gonna bring up Luke Altmaier, sneak peek. And I'm like, I want to say, oh, Luke Altmaier, okay, he's good. He's just a career backup. But there's like 10 career backups this year. 5 at least. Right? There's 5 last year. There's gonna be 5 next year.
Yeah, Ewers last year.
That's half the league in 3 years. And we've already got guys in the league that are pretty good backups. You know, we got Hendon Hookers. You know, we have Shadur right now, who's a backup. We have the Dylan Gabriels for young. Tyler Shuck, who hasn't even got his chance.
Oh,
yet.
did you see him play today?
Yeah, he did play. And then we have some guys, you know, who are getting their chance finally, but who haven't even stepped on the field yet. We can't just label everybody a career backup in the league, even though I do think Sorsby's one. But Altmaier's a guy who really made me think of it. What do you think of that argument? Do we give that label out too much or too easily? Career backup.
I mean, no, because I agree with you. He's definitely not. I don't like him as a starter. Like, I don't know. Maybe you're wrong. He'll just keep balling out. Maybe he comes back to college and dominates next year, and then he shows me something else. But I agree that the last couple of years, man, there's just a lot of backups, and it's getting tough to find a good QB. QB is just such a hard spot to play, and defense is only getting more athletic, and they're scheming better. Everything's just getting tougher,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that the quarterbacks are bad. It's just, man, it's hard. It's hard.
It's hard.
One of the hardest spots in any sport in the world,
hard,
you
and
know.
there's only so many reps to go around. That's why I've always been a proponent on the NFL needs to buy, the UFL and make it a G League type ordeal because there's only so many reps. Like they always talk about Shadur, they to exhaustion about how he needs reps. Well, you need your starter to have reps. If you already have a guy young before him, he needs reps, and that's the most important part for progression. But Sorsby had a hell of a game. I do think he does have a career in the league as potential backup, but some people are saying first round, and I do think that's possibly a pump the brake segment. Before we get into our top 6, we do have one more shout out. 17-year-old making the start for injured Connor Lew. Connor Lew's pretty much the best center in the nation for Auburn, center number 1, but he's been hurt, unfortunately. And this guy comes in here, young Ellis, making his first collegiate start at 17 years old, 6'4", 315.
Man, 17.
Yeah.
SEC ball.
Yeah, played pretty good, man. So shout out to him on making.
Yep.
That's pretty crazy. It's nuts. So before we get into that, we have a first ever in Home Squad Sports history. We do Players of the Week every single week. But this week, we were like, all right, it's hard every week. Every week there's usually 1 or 2 guys. It's in between, and it's pretty much a pick 'em. You can't go wrong. But this week, we couldn't pick a guy. We didn't have not one MVP. We had 2. No.
Nope.
We didn't have 2. We had 3 MVPs this week. First ever. 3-headed monster here. We got KJ Duff, wide receiver for Rutgers. Mason Heinchel, freshman sensation quarterback for Pitt, who we got to see at Elite 11. Shout out to him. And then redshirt freshman sensation quarterback for North Texas, Drew Mestamaker. Dalton, I mean, unreal stat lines for these guys, as you can see on the screen and be on our socials as well. KJ Duff, 6 catches, 241 yards, and a tutty in an epic win over Purdue. What'd you think about it?
40 yards a catch is crazy.
I mean, that's a pretty good day at the office. When you have Ian Strong out, who's their pretty much 1-2 punch of receiver.
Oh, yeah.
You know the ball's going to KJ Duff. You know what's going to happen, and he still was able to come up with 241 yards. Insane. And that's not even that might not even be the craziest stat line we had. Mason Heinchel, freshman quarterback, 432 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. And they hang up 53 on NC State. But then you turn around and you got Drew, the Mestamaker, 600 yards, Dalton. That's video game numbers. That's hard to do on the video game.
I mean, yeah, you got to put the quarter minutes up there, man.
He did throw a pick, but it doesn't matter. 4 touchdowns. He throws up 53 points as well. They beat Charlotte, 600 yards. So, I mean, these 3 performances, I mean, you see the space. I mean, we space themed here because these guys were playing like they were, born on another planet. Unreal stuff for them. Shout out. I mean, in the NIL, we thought it's more parity. It's going to be more even out. Not a lot of guys are going for 400, let alone 5, let alone 6. And then freshman quarterbacks at the P4 level going for 430 yards.
He's been good every game he's played. Like, this guy's just...
Yeah, I think he's averaging 300 yards. He's got 800 yards in 3 games. 4. It's insane.
He's balling. I mean, as soon as they made the change, Pitt hasn't lost a game. Man, it'd been interesting if this guy started all year to see what the record would be.
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't have lost to West Virginia. Might be Louisville. I mean, they could be undefeated.
Yeah, I think for sure.
At least one loss. They might be lost to Louisville, but, man, they wouldn't have lost to West Virginia.
Yeah, if he was in the game, yeah, when they were playing Louisville for sure, I think they were shooing on getting that dub and not giving up that comeback because they were up big,
Yeah.
and then it all fell apart. All right, so man, let's get into the top six, Dalton. I mean, yet again, another great freaking week. Talked about Lane Kiffin getting the big win, 34-26 over Oklahoma. And then Memphis got the dub over South Florida. Vandy gets the dub over Missouri. BYU, Storm of Mormons, 1-0 on finally picking BYU. They always make us look dumb. What was the biggest game that stood out?
BYU, man. Yeah, because I picked Iowa State this week. I know you picked BYU because they stung us so much, and they got me again. Ben Bachmeier is freaking legit.
Love it.
I mean, how good is this guy going to be in 2 years, man? BYU might be able to get them Final Four berth, something in the next couple of years.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about
If they keep this guy.
They're making the playoff picture very interesting. They are. Vandy is. Cincy is. I mean, these are three teams we definitely didn't think we're going to be back in the playoffs. BYU, yes, I think they have everyone's respect, but they're not a household name and not a playoff name as of yet, and they're trying to change that, and I think that they're going to this year.
Looking good, man. I mean, last year, Restoff got hurt at the end of the year. Hopefully, if Bear stays healthy, I mean, yeah, I can't see him losing 2 games. They could lose one maybe and still make the playoffs. So yeah, I think they're a pretty good bet for it right now.
They're a good bet for it, and like we've already touched on, Cincy and then Texas A&M over LSU. Absolute dog games, man. Vanderbilt wasn't the funnest of watch, but hey, Dalton brought up a great point earlier before we got on. Defensive battles, they're good for football, man. That doesn't have to always be a shootout. But Diego Pavia gets it done. Bo Pribula, quarterback from Missouri, goes down. He's out for the season. Unfortunate because he was balling. Penn State transfer, absolute balling. Now Missouri's got to see what they're going to do. Crazy. Start with Ole Miss. What'd you think overall? Is Ole Miss a real contender?
Yeah, I mean, not for
just a party pooper. I think they're just a party pooper team.
Championship contender? No, probably not.
They're the Detroit Lions of the college football.
Yeah, they can make the playoffs, win a game maybe, but they're not a championship contender. No way. Not this defense, man. It's just not good enough. Prince Will, I'm on the yelling, trying to carry him, but their defense just ain't good enough. I don't. Man, like that'd be cool. Ole Miss wins the freaking title, but against IU and Ohio State, I just couldn't see them holding their offenses, man.
Yeah, I know. I think they literally are. I think the Detroit Lions. I think people are trying to put them as a championship team real quick, and you just got to take baby steps. You got to be respectable. You got to first get players, hold your own, and then you're getting wins. Then you're expected to get wins. So they're not there yet, but Lane Kiffin, like I said, having his best coaching performance as a head coach, in my opinion. And with LSU opening up, Florida opening up, I mean, I don't see how he's not just pick him. And he's in a really good position, but it's a hard position. He's going to have to make a really hard choice to stay, go to Florida, go to LSU. I think it's going to be a hard decision. I think people want those problems, but those problems, it is stressful, He's got to worry about trying to get his team in the playoff, and try to make a run at this thing. You never know what could happen. And then he's got to worry about his future, and these once-in-a-lifetime opportunities are opening up, and this second chapter of him, as a different guy, and everyone watched a documentary just came out, and it's got to be stressful. And I think it'll all work out, but it worked out this week. And shout to him. He wasn't going to lose 2 games in a row.
No, we both picked Ole Miss, and for good reason. I just don't trust this Oklahoma team. The run game finally showed up, and they still couldn't get the dub, Material's just not the same after the injury. I think you rushed back. And I think that's the biggest issue with this team, man. If you had a couple more weeks to prepare, but their schedule didn't allow it.
And Venables just isn't that great of a coach. I just don't think he's that great. I do respect some of the recruits he has coming in. Shout out Deacon Schmidt.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a really good they have a good tight end coming in, and they have a good quarterback coming in. I mean, just the names are killing me right now. But I don't know. Venables is just hard for me to buy into him as a coach right now. But we'll see. Let's get into the Memphis game, Dalton. Byron Brown, I think, is just a one-man army right now for the Bulls. Couldn't get it done. Couldn't pull off the trickery and just put the team on his back. He was most of the game, kept him in it, but couldn't get him over the hump. What was your thoughts on the Tigers getting the dub here?
Man, a group of 5 is just wide open. Who's going to make the playoff? I mean, who's the favorite now? Memphis is back in the favorite, but Navy's undefeated still. Navy's lurking back.
That's the biggest.
They got to play,
right
but the only problem with Navy is they got to play Notre Dame.
Yeah,
and that hurts them.
Yeah, the G5 slot is a total crapshoot for me. I have no idea who's going to be. Memphis could. I just don't know if they can hang. I like them, man.
Nobody can this year, I don't think. Yeah. That's the problem. None of the group of 5
teams.
You
think it's just going to be a blowout round one, no matter who it is?
Yeah, there's just not. I mean, I was trying to believe in South Florida just because they beat my team, So I was like, all right, come on, South Florida, come on. Yeah. But then this loss, I mean, after Memphis lost UAB last week, you can't lose to Memphis this week. Great comeback though. South Florida was up big, and then Memphis kept chipping away, and Brandon Lewis, man, having him was a big difference. I love Hill. He's gonna be great, but he ain't ready yet. Yeah. I don't think they win this game with him. I love him, but man, it's hard for freshmen to win big games, especially first career start. Last week was throwing the fire, played decent, but not good enough to get the win. I think Brandon Lewis being 5th-year senior, that was the biggest difference maker in this game. Having him, and that run game is always going to be good at Memphis. Sutton Smith and D. Roziers.
They're always respectable, man. You can never count them out. They're always going to play hard. They get coached hard. And a lot of guys who get transferred in who got overlooked, and they always got ballers, man. I always respect Memphis, but for them being in the playoffs, I don't know if they'll be there in the G5 slot. We'll see. It feels like I think Louisville's got a shot. I had Louisville possibly winning the ACC coming in. First couple weeks, they made me look like a freaking idiot. Looks like they could have dropped to James Madison early on, but then now they've tightened it up. Had the really big win against Miami, and it's looking like they're going to be competing for the ACC. But they feel in the playoff picture, they feel like a G5.
Yeah,
isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it does. Like they do for sure.
They right now they could be in the playoff. Vandy could be in the playoff. They could be in the playoff.
Georgia Tech,
which Georgia Tech's just waiting to get upset. I think they're next. I really do think they're next. And then the other team I wanted to bring up, because we talked about BYU. They're going to be in the playoff, it looks like. I mean, it's going to be crazy, bro. It's going to be crazy. But 34-31, they get it done. Byron Brown, I think he's a one-man army. And then I always forget their coach. What's their coach's name again?
Alex Golesh.
Alex Golesh. I love that dude. Watched a couple of interviews with him, and I think he's going to get a hell of an offer somewhere. But in that same breath, I think South Florida is a hell of a job. They are going to be in the Big 12 soon. I don't know when it's going to be. I think they're working on a new stadium right now. But when that's done...
What if they go to the Pac-12, the new Pac-12?
Ooh, that'd be nice. Ooh, I'd like that too. Let's get into Vanderbilt, bro. Talk to me about Vanderbilt. You're the best person to preview this game, so guess what? You're the best person to recap this game. Give me the lowdown here on what you thought. And Vanderbilt, I mean, looks like they're legit. Hate to say it.
The reason I'm high on this team is because they're a complete package. It's crazy to say, but man, if their offense ain't playing good, look what their defense did. 10 points. They really are. They can play a whole complete game. They have good offense and defense, man. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying it myself, but it's just true. Vandy is one of the best teams out there. I mean, the Bama loss, they had a chance to win that game. Piavi had 2 turnovers in the red zone.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, they might win that game. So I mean, this team's really, really good. I don't think they're championship good. I never said that, but playoff good. I think they are this year. I mean, I think they're one of the 12 best teams in the country.
12. I'll give you 12.
I mean, yeah, 12. It's not crazy.
I'll give you 12. But I would like to see a team like we talked about earlier, like play Ole Miss. I think that'd be a heck of a game. If they played each other, I think it'd be a grind out game. But are they ready to play Alabama again? No. Are they ready to play Ohio State? Hell no. Are they ready to play Indiana? No. And I think Oregon will beat them.
Not now.
I think so.
Not with Moore out.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, not with Moore out.
Yeah, with Moore.
They would need
more. They would need with Moore. Okay, so we talked
about who knows how long he's out.
Pretty much. It's 41 points though. Didn't expect that. I expected a down. Just like they don't put up 40 a lot. If they do, it's pretty much with a team who's not that good. They're just kind of playing down.
Some bums, yeah.
Yeah, but I expected this to be a 24-27 game, 18-21 game. What'd you think?
Yeah, you notice they're such a good second half team. They're always losing. That's why we think they're going to lose a game, just because they're always down. They never blow teams out. But man, when the third and fourth quarter comes around, this team does not mess around.
Never.
One of the most underrated receiving corps in the nation, I'll say. Parker Kingston and Chase Roberts. LJ Martin, a great back. Great linebacking core. I mean, they're pretty solid all around. Kalani did a great job, man. I mean, he was on the hot seat going into last year. Almost made the playoffs last year, and now he's 8-0 again, back-to-back years. BYU's back. I mean, it's crazy. Right? They're back. It's the first time since Ty Detmer, Steve Young days.
They're back. Like, yeah, but I mean, for us, like, yeah, we're old, but we ain't that old. They're like here for the first time.
Well, for
really.
us, yeah.
It's like, dang, this is the first time where it's like, all right, last year it's not a fluke. They kind of reloaded in a sense. Had Red Slap last year. Now they have a Bear Brockmeyer, true freshman. So it's like, all right, they have this is a real thing. This isn't a stepping stone program.
Sustainable.
Right. This is sustainable. This is something where a coach could come in and stay, not get there for a couple years, make a couple bowls, dip out. It's not like that anymore. This is a team that's all right. A recruit's going to start taking this team seriously more. And, they're going to be possibly a year in and year out playoff contender, which is something.
Big 12, I can believe it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Big 12 is always a toss-up every year. But, I mean, BYU, they're trying to get their piece of the pie. Teams like the hype ain't working out, like Colorado. You know what I'm saying?
K-State.
Yeah.
Bad year for them. I mean, good win this week, but
Avery Johnson's been putting some crazy stats up, though.
Oh, he had a great year, actually. That's a thing. And they're still losing these games. But, man, they finally played good this week against Kansas. Big rivalry win, 42-17. Best game they played all year, by far, for K-State. So they're back on the come-up. But, man, they disappointed this year for sure. They were. Yeah. I mean, we thought they were going to – we had them. We'll admit it right now. We had them win the Big 12, in our preview. So that ain't going to happen, but they're playing a lot better. But, man, BYU's Texas Tech, the team to beat in the Big 12. And then man, you got the Houston and Cincinnati in there. You got the Houston in now after that road win against Arizona State.
I wouldn't be surprised if Cincinnati could beat Texas Tech. I couldn't. And I think definitely Cincinnati could beat BYU. I really do.
They play a couple weeks.
Right, and I think that's a total definition of a toss-up. That is a college football fan's dream right there, that game this time of year.
I mean, big playoff implications. Yeah.
Implications, Power 4 schools, but they feel like mid-majors. It's great.
I mean, yeah, both of them are new Power 4s. Yeah.
Yeah, new Power 4s, and it'll be a heck of a time. Texas gets the win in Mississippi State. We can talk about that at the end, but that surprised me. But before we do that, I mean, we pretty much touched on Cincy, and then we can touch on LSU. I mean, Brian Kelly, this was pretty much the nail in the coffin for him. Like we said, we went over, couldn't run the ball. Horrible on third down, and they finally make the pull there. Let's look at the top 25 here in a second while I get this set up. But what was the biggest surprise out of the pick six, Dalton, besides BYU?
I didn't blow out. I picked LSU. I really thought this was the week they turn it around. Oh, I got fooled by these teams. Fooled me once, fooled me twice. That saying, and they fooled me more than twice. They fooled me 3 or 4 times this year. I thought they were going to play better, and man, they're just not that good. That's why Kelly got fired. Definitely not performing up to expectations, and I did not see them getting 49 hung on them in Death Valley.
No. And
on the road, okay, but at home, man.
Even as a guy who was on record saying, hey, I like this team, but I'm just not a Brian Kelly guy. That's my quote from last week. But like I said, didn't think 49 would have got hung up on him. And I didn't think this would be the last game. I thought this would be the last couple of games, kind of the start of the end. But I didn't think this was the start and end of the end. But 49 points will do it, man.
Oh, yeah. You can't lose like that at home. At home is different. In the road, they might have given him another week. But, man, losing in Death Valley like that at night, you can't do that. Yeah, it's inexcusable. And then now they proved it was inexcusable. You ain't going to live with that.
They ain't, and they'll pay whatever it looks like. And they got to know who they want. You don't just – I think all the other schools, they said, all right, we're going to fire now and see who's out there. I think this was a different story. I think this is we're going to fire because we know who's out there. We know they have at least a little interest in us. Some backdoor channeling. I mean, it's not like I think they're going to go before we get into the top 25. I think they're going to go Lane Kiffin. I think they're going to hit up Urban Meyer. I think they're going to hit up Nick Saban. And then
Oh man,
if I
that's a
had
place he could go back. It's the only place I can see him
he
going
won
back
national
to.
championship there. I mean, and then I think for a fourth, if I have to put a fourth, which I don't really do think there's a fourth. Signetti's already signed an extension. Dillingham lost this week. I think he's not LSU yet.
Nah.
I mean, you can look at NFL. I really don't know. Sarkeesian's definitely not an LSU guy. I mean, Ryan, not Ryan Day's cool where he's
Oh,
at.
he ain't leaving. Yeah.
Maybe Vandy's cool. What's his name?
Parkley,
Yeah,
yeah.
Lay.
Maybe Drinkwitz. I don't know.
Those two maybe, but I really only see Lane or Urban or Saban. Really, I've only seen Lane
Okay, well, I hope not.
and Dabo, but I hope not.
James Franklin. I really hope not James Franklin, but
I don't think so. We'll see.
I mean, I do hope James Franklin. As a Florida fan, but for LSU, I hope not James Franklin for their sake.
I think, I don't know. James Franklin, I don't know. I don't think Brian Kelly will coach next year anywhere. He'll probably do media or something, enjoy his money. But let's get into the top 25, Dalton. Some shakes up here. Louisville is there at 16. Do you think they should be above Cincinnati right now?
We got one loss, but yeah, Louisville got a better win, so I think it's fair. Just because they beat Miami, Cincinnati's best win.
Yeah, but Miami was
pair of best wins.
Yeah, but Miami was number 2 for not even 7 days.
Well,
it's
still better than anybody Cincinnati beat.
They lost on a Friday night. They
Either way,
went to number 2 on a Sunday night.
Either way, it's still better than Cincinnati win. That's all I'm saying. So
kinda.
I mean, if they play heads up on the neutral field, I think Louisville's favored.
Do you think okay? I got a question.
That's my point. That's my argument. I do that. Neutral field, who's favored? I think Louisville's favored by 3 on neutral field. So
I like that argument, but here's my argument for this one.
I think Vegas have them favored.
Do you think Louisville struggles with Nebraska? I think they do.
Yeah, but Cincinnati lost to Nebraska.
I know. I think they might.
I think Louisville beats Nebraska too. Louisville beats Nebraska though.
Oh,
close game, but man, I don't know. I think so. I do.
Yeah, they might.
Maybe not.
Just because of running game, man. Isaac Brown,
200 yards this week.
I always have him big play Brown. He's a big guy, man. But they get a nice spot there. I think that's.
That's a toss up between them two. But man, I'm glad Virginia's ahead of Louisville. That's all that matters. They beat them head up, so I'm glad that's good.
Yeah, thanks for bringing up Virginia because
man,
they
keep winning
sneaky,
in overtime.
Man.
3 overtime wins this year.
They're just like a spider.
They're gonna lose eventually.
There's like a spider in the corner of the wall, just sneaking there. Like they're just sitting there. Are they dangerous or not?
I mean, I love
It's one of those spiders you just let crawl around. You see them, he's tiny.
I was one of the first believers of this team. I think I thought they were going to be good. I didn't know they would be this good. I didn't want to say top 15 good, but I thought they'd be a contender, 8-4, 9-3 in the ACC this year. But man, I didn't know they'd be this good. But 3 overtime wins, I don't think that's not sustainable. No, they're not a real contender. I'm definitely not a contender for the championship. No freaking questions asked.
If you look at 17 through 20, I think they're all better than Virginia.
Yeah. Maybe I'll be favored over them for sure.
So I don't know. Oklahoma maybe, Virginia maybe could pull off the upset, but probably not. I think Cincinnati, Oklahoma, Missouri, Texas would all be favored over Virginia.
Oh, they would be.
That's what's just kind of like to me. But Georgia Tech at 8 sitting there, that's kind of intriguing to me. I think we're going to blink our eyes twice, and we're either going to see BYU at that 8 spot, or we're going to see Louisville at that 8 spot. What do you think? That's my prediction. We're going to see Louisville or BYU in the top 10 in the next 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, BYU only going to move up 1 spot. I mean, it depends on who loses, though. You got to have some teams
Georgia
lose.
Tech is due for a loss. Vandy's due for a loss.
Vandy's due now.
They are. They are. Come on.
They already lost one.
They're due for another loss. This just doesn't look right, Vandy. Just look at number 9. This feels like when Wake Forest made the Orange Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does. It does.
It feels like that.
Great year.
Yeah, it feels like that. But I respect wins, man. They are getting wins. I wish I would have seen Bo Pribula finish the game, though. I think that would have been an overtime thriller.
Yeah,
But who
probably
knows?
1 yard short on the Hail Mary too, man.
Yeah, and then Utah, after the absolute beatdown over Colorado, they are back in the top 25, 24th in the nation.
I mean, imagine if they had Dampier.
Yeah.
How much worse would it have been? This guy didn't know that. I mean, his first game ever starting.
Do you think Deion's back at Colorado next year?
I mean, he had a great win a couple weeks ago against Iowa State, and then he does this.
Is that a great win, though?
No, not anymore. I guess not. They got 3 losses, yeah. But still a good win for them. For Colorado.
That's
for
true.
Colorado. But then you go out here and lay a freaking egg. Like I told you off camera, one of the worst halves I've ever seen.
Yes.
Negative 9 yards to 400 or something first half.
Yep.
So one of the worst halves I've ever seen. I mean, that's worse than FCS versus Ohio State.
We thought Oregon put up a lot of yards last week, first half against Rutgers.
I mean, that's like worse than Furman Ohio State would be. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's terrible, man. So, I don't know what's going on there. Really bad game. Maybe let's see if they bounce back. But I think he'll go back to Colorado. I don't think anybody else is going to offer, but I don't think they fire him either. So, I think it's a good spot for him still for a little bit longer.
Yeah, just stay camped out
there. I mean, as long as they make bowl games, I think they're happy there.
Yeah, just try to be a transfer school, man. Try to be elite scouting guys who schools are overlooking and that should be on the field but aren't, and try to get those guys on your field. I think that's his best shot. But all right, USC at 23, nothing too crazy there. If they had a better defense, they could probably make a run at this thing. At least make it interesting. But that's my big prediction in the top 25. Texas A&M moves to 3. Do you think Bama should be at 3?
I mean, no. A&M's undefeated. That's the only reason.
Yeah, got to give them the credit.
If you don't lose, you're ahead of the teams that lost. I mean, that's pretty much been the rule forever.
Yeah.
Except Georgia Tech, because they ain't beat nobody great. I get why they're still 8. But if you're in the SEC and you're undefeated, I mean, yeah, you got to be top 3. Got to be. I mean, that's just how it is. But it's still the top 2 to me, and then Bama still better. I think Bama's better than A&M. Don't get me wrong. But in terms of the poll, yeah, I think it's right. Just because they're undefeated.
I actually don't have too many gripes or disagreements.
Good poll this week, man.
I agree.
They usually have bad poll. I like this one.
Oregon at 6 is like.
Well, I don't like that, but
I like
Ole Miss is better than them.
Ole Miss is better than Oregon.
I mean, if Moore's out, a lot of teams are better than Oregon. We'll see if he plays or not. I mean, you said it might be out, right?
I heard his nose was broke,
right?
Fractured or something.
You might be able to play still. I don't know, but
yeah, he could.
With the mask, I mean, I ain't seen I don't know if I've seen a football player do that though. It's too dangerous, right? Like,
I was literally trying to think of that.
They might have to set out.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen a guy do Rip Hamilton. I don't think in football.
That'd be crazy.
That would be cool, but I don't think I've seen it, man. Like, I'm trying to think of it. Like, you've seen the huge ass cast, so they wrap him up in like a club, broken hand.
You can probably just play with it less than how it's really.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, you got a face mask. You're not gonna get your nose hit unless you get really unlucky.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But
and he's O-lineman with a broken nose. I mean, O-lineman with a broken nose, Dan. You played O-line. That would not be fun, right? Don't you get a lot of incidental hands in the face mask?
No, that's not good.
Yeah,
that's not good.
But quarterback maybe can avoid hits, and you might be able to.
They don't even let you touch the quarterback's head.
Oh, as soon as you touch the head, it's a flag. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. He might be okay, but we'll see, man. That's a big freaking difference maker in the playoff chase.
It's big.
If you don't play, they'll probably lose another game to somebody.
They already have a lot of issues, just so I think on a tough
run game
and the run game. And I'm wearing an Oregon jacket. I'm unbiased, man.
Yeah.
I am unbiased. I like Oregon, but I got to keep it real. That is probably the only thing that you could flip-flop with the top 25. Texas at 20, I don't know. But who would I take below on that bottom row above Texas? That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Michigan.
I mean, Texas ain't great, but they're better than those teams, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Utah might beat them, but I doubt it.
It is a crazy drop-off from 20.
Texas defense is just where it is at. Their offense ain't great, but their defense is where it's at.
Their
defense is really good.
Game against Mississippi State.
Their defense didn't show up that game, actually. Yeah, the worst defensive game of the year. Arch finally stepped up and played a good game, man. You got to give him credit for 1 week. He played a good game.
Well, he still gave the haters.
He got hurt too. For getting hurt, just because he got hurt.
It's not that he got hurt; it's that he didn't throw the game winner.
Yeah. Well, that was more of the catch, though, too, man. What a catch!
But it was a good throw. It was a good throw and catch. You got to give credit to the catch.
Yeah, the catch was crazy. Toe tap. But, man, I'm not saying he's great, but he played a good game until he got hurt. And then the backup came in, threw one dart. Game over. Texas just, man, they're not good. Florida beat the Mississippi State team by the same amount. We beat Texas. Texas ain't That's how bad they are. That close to being like 2-5. You know, that close. So they're not great at all. Sarkisian, I don't know what's up with him. What he needs to do different next year. He's got to get an O-line for sure. O-line is their biggest issue this year, I think.
I think he needs to go to a more spread approach, more of a Texas A&M approach.
I mean, yeah, you got the quarterback to run it. He can run.
Yeah. Well, you don't even have to run. Just spread everybody out, man. Get everybody out in space. Texas is getting.
They got athletes for sure.
You only use your tight ends that much when you don't have good receivers, or you just have a world class tight end.
You do got a really good tight end though. But injuries.
He's good. He's good, but he's not something you would focus your whole offense around.
No,
because you need guys to get out in space. Because Arch is pretty good on the run when he has those rollouts, when he's doing those sprint outs.
If he has time, man,
and running around, I'll give him credit. But if they would just do that by design more, they could play some more off that. I just think they run too much bunch setup, too much tight stuff, and I don't know. It just doesn't work out for him somehow. We'll see how it goes. Sarkisian, I just think uphill battle. I don't know. With LSU flipping their seats next year, Florida flipping their seats, Texas has still got a shot next year at being atop of the SEC. As much as I hate to say it, but it pretty much covers most of these games. Washington gets the 42-25 win.
Yeah, the offense shows up some weeks it doesn't. But when they do, they're explosive, man.
Yeah, they're a streaky team. They're a very good team. Decent above average. They're not like.
As soon as you start believing them, they lose, though. Yeah. Like
as soon as they shine the light on them, and everybody says, "All right, this is a big game for them," something goes totally wrong. Not just a little wrong, totally wrong.
Tough. Illinois ended up having a tough year, man.
Yeah, they're a definition of just a decent above average team. Good. They have a good college team, a good college quarterback, and they have a good
college coach. Yeah,
that's it. And that's good. It's a hard thing to accomplish because Illinois was a laughing stock 4 years ago.
As soon as, since damn near since Juice Williams. I mean, they had a couple of good years with Nathan Schillhouse. Outside of those 2 or 3 years, yeah, they've been bad since Juice in 07, 08 with Mendenhall. Great team, Orange Bowl or Sugar Bowl, sorry. But man, that was the last good team they had. This year they had hopes for that. But Xavier Scott getting hurt really hurt their defense. Their defense just hasn't been the same.
No,
can't believe they gave up any points.
No, I think there's a lot of teams out there. I want to get your thoughts as we end out the show. I appreciate everybody here viewing it in on your Monday. Hope everyone's having a good start to your week. Am I crazy to think that across the nation there hasn't been that much great linebacker play? I know Arbo racist, but linebacker, I just don't think there's that many great linebackers this year. I haven't seen a lot of great linebacker play. Like when linebacker makes tackle, he's getting drove back. He's not driving the running back, giving up a lot of yards on carries at the end of play yardage. What do you think? There's not a lot of standout linebackers this year.
I mean, there's some good ones for sure, but a lot of them are undersized or oversized and can't defend the pass. It's one or the other. They have a flaw. So, yeah, I know what you mean. Like, you got Jake Galladay at Cincinnati. I think he's one of the most underrated. He gets 245, but he can drop and defend the pass. But, you know what? A lot of people are watching Cincinnati games. That's the thing. So, I think there's a good linebacker play. It's just not where you're looking. It's not at Bama. It's not at Georgia this year. It's not at LSU. Like, it's not where you normally expect it from, There's not a standout guy, though, for sure.
Running the defense, run stopper, a little bit in the pass.
No Roquan Smith this year.
Hitting the guy hard. I mean, just...
No Fred Warners.
There's not a Reuben Foster out
there. I mean... I agree. Torian New York is undersized for that role, so he's probably the best one, I think, though. A&M, they're loaded everywhere, but he's really good. But, 235, he struggles sometimes if he gets caught in space in between the tackles because he's undersized.
Like 5 years ago, there's like 10 of those.
Yeah, for sure. I know. Yeah, this is not great. Linebackers are just, not that important anymore. A lot of times you got 2 of them on the field.
That's what I'm afraid of.
2 of them on the field. You only need 2 on the field.
Man, they used to be like, you had to be a maniac.
Yeah, some teams had 4 linebackers back in the day. Some teams run 3-4 still, but it's not a true. It's not a true linebackers. You're outside linebackers. You're rushing the passer. You really only got 2 linebackers. Most teams playing, normal downs, man. So that's a big issue too. A lot of the DBs just, they stand out more. They're playing in the box. The safeties playing in the box.
A lot of nickels.
A lot of nickels, exactly. The dogs at nickel too. Like nickels in college, a lot of them is their best player. Then they end up moving a better spot in NFL, outside corner safety. They do something better. But man, nickel a lot of times that's the best player in your defense in college. I've noticed that. Dog. Zach Thompson.
Yeah.
Played running back. I like guys to play running back and Miles Jack. Running back and linebacker. Like that was Travis Hunter before Travis Hunter. Like Miles Jack.
Yeah, dude.
So good at running back, actually.
And hey, fun fact: Eric Weddle's son is supposedly a sophomore. He's supposedly a beast. He plays quarterback and safety.
Of course, he plays safety, right?
He's recruited at both, like really.
As a sophomore, damn. Okay.
Yeah. Like USC.
Or is he in California? Probably.
Yeah, Cali. Yeah, but yeah, man, that pretty much covers most of the storylines. That's crazy. Obviously, that everything that's been taking storylines, starting as yesterday, Brian Kelly out at LSU, and now it's search for the coach. Man, there's just not enough coaches to go around. A lot of openings. I mean, John Gruden's going to have to get a call. Urban Meyer's going to have to come out of retirement.
Yeah.
There's a good half dozen coaches, 24 coaches shaking in their boots, praying Nick Saban don't come out of retirement. Praying. I don't think he will.
Nah, me either. I think his wife don't want him to. That's what he said. He was done with it. He was done with it, and I think he's legit with that.
Does Urban Meyer?
He don't want to lose his wife, just for football. I really don't think he does. He's one of them guys.
I don't think he would. I don't think she would leave him. I just don't think he wants to deal with it anymore, man. Once you're done, you're done.
Not this era, yeah.
Yeah, he's getting up doing what he wants every day. But then it wouldn't surprise me if he does go.
I wouldn't be shocked either. No, it could go 50-50.
LSU's the only one that makes sense.
Exactly, because he coached there before. Yeah. I don't even think Florida calls. I don't even think we call the guy. No, we don't even call. We don't even waste a call. No. But yeah, LSU. I hope they don't get him. Jesus.
They're getting Lane Kiffin,
man. No.
Yeah. No. But then every single coach. That's why Urban Meyer, one of the retired guys, is going to have to. Urban Meyer, John Gruden are my two picks. They're definitely going to be coaching next year. Well, Ed Orgeron's going to be coaching. I don't think it'll be at a P4 head job. Maybe at a G5 head job. Maybe in a P4. Maybe.
A coordinator.
Maybe. I just don't think if you're a national head coach, you kick a coordinator job. If you're a national
I know. It wasn't his roster, though, man.
I don't think you're ever. I think you're better off going to the NFL being a position coach.
It wasn't his roster, though. Like, he didn't. Did he really win that title? Could me and you win that title, bro? Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I love AO. I do. But, man, me and you probably could have took that team to the championship with no coaching experience. Here, offense, go out there and run plays. That's what they did.
I got Joe Burrow out there.
Exactly. Hey, Joe Burrow, go throw the ball, man. Go sling that thing, man. Don't chase him, Jefferson, man. Like, come on. That's what I would have said, too. Hey, look for Chase and Jefferson. You hear one's open. Then you still got Avery and Moss, okay? So, just go out there and play ball.
We played against Thaddeus Moss.
We did.
Randy Moss came to our game.
And he wasn't good yet. He was weak as a freshman.
We smacked
Yeah, he sucked as a freshman. He did. As a freshman, though, he's still big, though. I could see. I was like, damn.
Randy Moss tweeted out our quarterback after the game, said, "Nice spinning it, Bubba."
Yeah, that was awesome. He was there. That's cool.
That's crazy. In the huddle, and you like it's Randy over there. You just look over. He's just dressed in the most.
He's such a chill guy, man.
He was just in some Wranglers, and you couldn't even really tell him.
He's a country guy.
I remember just looking over it's Randy Moss. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, that was cool.
And then Thaddeus goes on to play in the league for a little bit.
Yeah, Commanders. A little cup of coffee.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
I think he played for the Bengals for a minute too, maybe.
Yeah, Bengals. Yeah, that's what I remember him at. All right, that's pretty much. Oh, before we get out of here, let's do our pump the brakes segment. After week 9, Dalton, we've had a lot of crazy things happen. I mean, we had our first ever co-MVP with 3 MVPs here for week 9. So this is something we should definitely hit the gas on, these 3 guys. But what's something we should pump the brakes on that maybe people need to chill on going in to already week 10 of this season?
I'm going to chill on all these coaching firings during the season. This didn't used to happen. Why can't you just finish out the season, then find a guy? I mean, you can't hire guys in the season. It's illegal anyways.
This is
all poach guys.
It's all recruiting. It's all to save these commitments, man. I mean,
Yeah.
they're trying to save damage control. They need to try to say, "Yo, I know this guy didn't work out, but we still want you." And it's just kind of anxiety. All the other people are doing it, so I got to do it too.
Yeah, I get that. I
But
just
I do. That's the only reason I think it makes sense. What do you think?
it does make sense a little bit when you put it that way, but I just you're never gonna 9 times out of 10, actually more like 99 out of 100. You ain't gonna go with the interim coach,
Right.
right? You're gonna even if he wins out, they still go with the interim coach. So it doesn't
Yeah.
matter what he does. If it's irrelevant, just keep the damn coach until the off season. I guess you're right. Maybe it helps keep the recruits, but I don't know. Does it really?
At least
Because if you fire them later, they got less time to find a new
it at
school.
least
That's the
gives
only
you a chance.
argument.
It at least gives you a chance
That's
because
true.
how many decommitments was LSU going to lose from week 9 to week 12 or week 14? You don't even want to take that chance. You want to see, and if you do want to take that chance, okay, all right, this is how many transfer portal guys we need to get. They need to get a number. And all right, now we need to go hit the road and get high school recruits and start high school recruiting. That's the only reason that makes sense to me. But if you took that recruiting out of it, if recruiting did exist, yeah, it wouldn't make no sense to me.
I get it. Yeah, that's a
But
good point.
but I agree. It is weird. I mean, the leash has never been so tight and never been so short in college football. We've never seen it like
No,
this.
I mean
And
we've
it's
seen in other sports like NBA for sure, like
the
more like pro sports though, not college. But I guess it's kind of like a pro sport now. It really is. It's a pro sport. If you're getting paid to play, it's a
it's
pro
pro
sport,
sports, but
man.
at least pro sports gets the once you're under contract, you're here. There's no renegotiating. There's no transfer portal. There's no re-recruiting you. Even if you do want to leave, if I can franchise tag, there's no franchise tag, and they could probably have a franchise tag in college football soon.
Eventually,
Like that's the one thing that it sucks about college. You got to recruit your own players every 6 months. But we do have the one transfer portal window coming up this year, and
yeah, I love that.
I think that's going to help everything. And we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, that's a good pump the brakes. I pump the brakes for going into week 10. Man, I really don't think there's a team overhyped right now. I think everyone's kind of hyped accordingly.
I
Um,
agree. Yeah, team wise for sure, man. Yeah,
I think everyone's finally on the same page with Ohio State.
yeah.
Um, Pump the brakes. This is a good one this week. I don't know, man. This is a hard one.
I know. So I just thought of that on the little limb, but I was like,
Oh
man,
yeah,
I like that one. Like I really don't. You didn't see it 5 years ago,
no,
even 3 years ago. I
yeah,
mean,
it's definitely something. It's you
you know,
gotta
3 years ago you didn't see it. Not during the season. It was just wait till the season's over with, and we'll find our guy. So it's definitely a new thing. That's why I don't like it. And maybe it helps keep recruits, but there's not evidence. We need it's maybe years down the line we'll see stats about it.
yeah.
Then we'll know if it actually helps. It's too early to tell. Like we'll have to wait 5 or 10 years to get stats, looking at teams that fired the guys during their season and after the season, comparing how many recruits they kept. That's what you're gonna have to look at. So that's years from now, though.
Before I do my pump the brakes, I want to bring this up. I forgot to earlier. I think with so many openings right now, we're going to look back in 3 years. There's going to be a list of teams to the left and right. The left, dang, they got that coach for cheap. They got him right at the right time. He's such a good coach. Oh my God, it worked out for them. Then there's going to be other ones like, oh my gosh. Because you think these buyouts are big for Kelly, Franklin, uh, Gundy. You think these buyouts are who's the other big one?
Up
Napier.
here,
You
yeah,
think those?
Key,
You think those not? You think those buyouts?
Pry.
You think those buyouts have those schools? Between a rock and a hard place. If if schools get the next one wrong, the next buyout is going to have crippling effects, and there's going to be other schools that say, "Oh my God, I cannot believe that we replaced X coach with this guy because he might be worse." We're gonna only time will tell which schools those will be, but there's so many vacancies, and you're gonna have to take gambles on a good amount of these coaches. There's a gamble with every
Yes,
coach.
sir.
There's
Yes,
a gamble with
sir.
every coach. We know that, but there's gonna be some real big gambles, and some are gonna really pay off. Some of the goalishes might pay
And then some are gonna
off.
suck. Yeah.
Yeah, your goalishes might pay off. Pat Summerall might pay off.
John.
GJ Kinney might pay off.
Will Stein might pay off.
Will Stein might pay off. You know, Jeff Brom, if somebody calls him, might pay off. But there is some other ones in there. Drinkowitz, if he gets a big call, is it going to pay off?
Who knows? Clark Lake can perform at a higher level.
Clark Lake, if you call in, I think whoever hires Beamer next, because Beamer might be on his way out South Carolina next. Mark Stoops, Kentucky, watch out. Those are two that's going to be open pretty soon. It's only going to get crazier.
Yeah, SEC, they said there could be 8 or 9 jobs, I heard.
Yeah.
Open.
There's going to be some NFL. I think Cliff Kingsbury is going to be in there. But let me get my pump the brakes. Just wanted to bring that up because it's crazy reality. Pump the brakes. I will say, man. I will say, I want to say be like lame and say like penalties. I've seen a lot of bad penalties this week. There's a lot of bad refing. There's a lot of bad refing every week.
NFL is, I mean, this is different. It correlates, though. It's just football in general. NFL today, the crew, we'll wake up tomorrow and we're going to read about the Giants, Eagles crew is going to get suspended.
Well, did you see the SEC coach who...
And the first push is finally done, I think, after today.
Well, did you see the SEC... I'm glad you brought that up. Did you see the SEC ref who, when Kirby was clapping...
He got suspended. The Auburn, Georgia guy.
He's lifetime banned.
I seen that. The Auburn, Georgia guys, yeah.
Yeah, he's lifetime banned, that ref from SEC. He's not allowed to call an SEC game. I don't know if that's my... Man, this is a hard pump the brakes. What's everybody overhyping right now?
Mm-hmm.
There's really not anything crazy.
Hey, nobody's even talking about the Heisman race yet.
Because my last one was Penn State. The Penn State job. I said that job is not as prestigious as everyone thinks.
Yes, I agree with that too.
And my pump the brakes this week would be, I guess, man, if you ever think you're comfortable, man, you better pump the brakes on it. You know, pump the brakes on just being comfortable with you as a fan, being comfortable, you know, as a coach, being comfortable as a player. Because you might have to find a new home as a player. You know, I mean, how many Florida recruits are going to be told, "Hey, we don't want you"? How many guys on the Florida team right now are going to say, "We don't want you"? LSU, hey, hit the portal.
Yeah, a lot of them. A lot of them.
I think just the leash, man, is just the leash on this thing. It's just like you better just appreciate the moment, I guess.
Yeah, I like that.
And maybe that's as kind of goes with yours. Because, you know, firing these coaches, it's like LSU's not. Yeah, it's a bad loss, but they're still decent. But you got it. I don't know.
Well, they ain't right no more. I mean, I get. But no, yeah, you're right. They haven't been terrible though. That's what I'm saying. The leash is just crazy, man.
But that's the best job.
They still finish the year every top 25 every year with him.
But that's not good enough.
I know it's not good enough at LSU. That's what I'm saying.
Championship contenders. But that's a hard one, man. I think you know, Wednesday we'll have maybe a better one, but. Pump the brakes, man. I just think I might have to tell yours on, but I agree with every coach that's been fired. There's not a single coach firing I have not agreed with so far.
Yeah, I agree too.
There's not one I'm like, oh, they're crazy for that one. Well,
no.
He deserved another year.
No, you're right. You're right.
So
I agree. 1,000%, really. 1,000%.
I will say this. Here's my pump the brakes. Pump the brakes if your program doesn't think they need Lane Kiffin. Tell you right that. If you're a fan of any of these teams that have opening, Lane Kiffin should be your number one coach.
Yeah.
If Lane Kiffin's not your number one, then you better be reevaluating some things. That's my pump the brakes.
I like that a lot. Yeah, you know what? He's been my number one for freaking all year. So I wanted him last year, didn't I?
I love Lane.
I wanted him last year I wanted him last year when we were gonna fight the first 5 weeks after we were until we started winning. I wanted him last year, so I still want him. Come on, I hope LSU don't take him from us, man, because then I'm gonna hate him more.
It's over.
It's not over, dude.
We'll see what happens, man. I appreciate everyone that's been hopping in. Wednesday night, we got Week 10 preview. We got another load of games. We got some weekday games coming up. some games, that's going to be popping up before we get to see you next. But stay tuned. Recruiting's heating up. We got some more prospects we're going to be putting out there. Prospects that have been sending us your tape, keep sending it. We got a good database going, and trust me, in due time here, when his recruiting's heating up with all these coaching spots opening up, all of a sudden recruiting takes a whole new gear and a whole new kind of turn of the year, kind of like a new quarter of the year. You got the first quarter of the year, early commits, then you got guys getting fired and guys getting offered. Man, it's gonna be crazy. So high school's ramping up. Shout out to Winton Woods. They had some big wins. We had a lot of our guys showing out. But other than that, Dalton, you got any last words, my friend?
Good, man. I'm just excited to see who's going to make this playoff this year. It's wide open, like outside the top 3 and 4, I think. So I don't know who's going to end up making it. Big 12, ACC, SEC, wide open. I think conference still. I mean, and then who's going to make the group of 5? I'm excited to see who's going to make it, man. Who's going to make the tourney?
Yeah, I'm excited. There's going to be, I think we're still in for a couple big more upsets.
I hope so.
There's going to be some big upsets. And then if you want to check out our last episode, if you're into if your team needs a quarterback, we went over 50 teams that are going to probably need a quarterback. And then check our page, like we said, for some recruits. Got some great quarterbacks on there. If you keeping up with the recruits. But catch us on Wednesday. Appreciate everyone that's been tuning in. We are going to be at Miami of Ohio versus Toledo. Heads up, we're going to be covered. We're going to be in the press box, and that's going to be a heck of a game.
Man, Quan Finn versus old team.
Weeknight action. So our Wednesday show will be
earlier
day. We will go live instead of Wednesday night, not this Wednesday.
Couple weeks. I think 3 weeks, actually.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
11, 12, yeah, 3 weeks. So a couple weeks, but yeah.
We just got word we're going to be there at Miami of Ohio. Might be our last college game
probably this year
during the regular season. But sneak peek, we might be covering a bowl. We don't know which bowl yet, but we're looking at some options here. We might be at a bowl game. Hope Squad Sports. Hopefully we can hit our first ever bowl game. And
be cool, man.
Do another first, man. We've been having some firsts this year. We got our jersey. Shout out, man! If anybody didn't check out our jersey, this should be on the wall probably about Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll get it up.
Shout, to our Shorty made this jersey. Our great printing lady Heather. Man, it's gonna be cool. We're gonna take this around to camps with us, and guys that show up at camps, be able to spread it, man. We got some merch dropping as well. But before that, man, catch y'all on Wednesday. Appreciate everyone that's been joining in, and appreciate all the players sending tape. Coaches promoting their players, parents promoting their players is what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
And man, a lot of programs out there that need players. Keep sending your tape. I know it's late in the year, but recruiting's just now starting to heat up, hitting that second gear. And we'll see you Wednesday night.
See y'all later.
See ya. Peace.